Bienvenue, patrons of the Nothing Ventured, Nothing Gained podcast. Tonight, I, Zach, will be your keeper of sanity as we delve into the madness in our Patreon-only miniseries of modern-day Call of Cthulhu. Before we introduce our intrepid and unlucky investigators of this maniacal mystery, I would just like to note that during this series, things will get dark and gruesome. So if you're not a fan of that, there is no shame in turning these episodes off and watching something fun and lighthearted instead. Still here? Good. So if you're ready, then let's begin this series of unfortunate events. Joining me tonight is Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. I'm playing Nikki Weller, the laborer/construction worker who is at this moment unconscious.
Fabio.
Hi, I'm Fabio. I'll be playing Remy Renard. Right now I'm a little confused, angry, hurt, and also feeling quite unclean.
Jeff.
Hi everyone, I'm playing Henry Hank Ricci. I'm feeling a little bit crazed right now. I'm just throwing tools and praying to God.
And Tafy.
I'm playing Dr. Danielle Warber, and she is currently trying to figure out what's in her patient's head, since a certain head is no longer around.
When last we left our investigators, they were thrown into what seemed to be an impossible task at survival as they faced the unknowing onslaught of the shadows from down below. They fought, and with a little help from some quick thinking and iron construction tools, and maybe some luck, it seems that they have come out victorious. As they lay scattered and broken, the flames and the screams of their defeated foes billowing off into the night, something new approaches, wreathed in yellow. From the doorway, where the remnants of the shadows disappeared, out of that stairwell, the door flung off to the side somewhere from before. The footsteps that you heard before, Remy, reach the top, and out of the shadows steps this figure wreathed in yellow. You're pretty much unable to get any glimpse of its face, or it's hooded, it's shrouded, its face is just shrouded in darkness. The most you see is just beady yellow eyes staring back. And with it, trailing behind it, are 3 dogs that seem to be on leashes. Well, you call them dogs. The growling as they come up and you get to see them. They really only resemble dogs in shape and size. They seem to be covered in bubbling pustules of this gross ichor. Slime and slobber dribble from their mouths alongside of a haze of dark miasma, and a low, steady growl sounds from their clenched and seemingly endless maw.
I don't like any of what I'm seeing.
Devora.
I'm pretty sure that I'd start muttering a prayer to myself.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, as I'm seeing this thing, and I'm gonna look to the left and right for 2 things. 1, see who's actually standing and has their head on, and 2, where that crowbar is that I had.
The crowbar got knocked off to the side, maybe 5-10 feet back from you.
Mm-hmm.
Past the body of Officer Johannes, and the cowering John Henry. Off to your right, you see Hank, also coming back to his senses, kind of lifting himself off the floor, And then you see Danielle kind of poking out from behind a stack of building materials that she and Hank had been like going back and forth between hiding behind before during the fight. You don't see Nikki at this moment, or with this quick, just cursory glance.
Okay. So then, like, I see this figure in front. Like, how far away from me is this figure?
I would say he's over at the doorway. I would say that's about 15, 20 feet from you. 15 feet from Hank. And
Wait,
Hank is about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, so he's about like 25 feet from me.
Yeah, he's about 20 feet from you, 15 from Hank.
So he's pretty
Hank
close.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna just slowly back away. Right, like at this point, because like I see this thing in front of me, and he's got dogs, and there's only like one way out, and he's like in front of us. So I'm like slowly backing away to like get with the rest of the group. I'm gonna put like a hand to the side towards where whatchamacallit, where John Henry is, and I'm just like shh, just back away. And like in the back of my mind, like I'm just still like praying, like, you know, like old school prayers in like different languages, like French, Creole, Spanish, right? All the languages that I know, just like back away. Right, and I'm just slowly moving back, and I'm also just like looking for, because I see 3 people. I know 3
in a
people.
body. You see 3 in a body.
I see 3 in a body. Right, and I still don't see Nikki. So I'm just like moving back until like I can kind of see where everybody is, but like I'm doing so slowly.
All right. Hank, Danielle. How are you?
I'm pretty much going to back up. I'm just going to be like, just making like the sign of the cross. Maria Madre de Dios mi benedica. I'm, making the sign of the cross and all that stuff. Just praying. Demone de que vora, like almost like half in tears, half praying, and half backing away. I know that's 3 halves, but live with it.
350%.
350%. All of that.
150% in prayer.
Do I see Nikki?
Yes. The way that you had kind of hunched over and defended yourself against the last attack of these shadows before they were defeated, you actually saw what happened to Nikki. As these things, as I said before, as these things kind of just exploded, knocked everyone over, sliced at people, ripped the head off of Officer Johannes. You saw, about 20 feet to your right, you see the head of Officer Johannes just kind of sit there in a pool of blood underneath it. His face permanently just in shock and in pain. And you saw Nikki about 30 feet back get knocked backwards towards the edge of this construction zone where there's no wall. So you actually see her slumped over on the floor, motionless, towards the edge.
Okay, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna make my way to her to try to help out as much as I can. The head doesn't bother me too much because I've seen some shit, and that's just, it's like okay, I can't do anything about that right now. So
all right, well, well, here's something that I do need. I just need
the sanity check.
I need you and Remy to make a sanity check, as you were the ones who witnessed the body and the head.
We can do that
against your own sanity.
That's fun.
Nope. 45.
Is that good?
Nope, my sanity went down. It is now 39.
You want to switch numbers? I'll take your 45.
What'd you get?
I got 60.
Both failures?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, both of you take a d6 sanity damage.
You take more damage?
Yes, sanity, just sanity. Let me know what you get.
Can I push my luck
1.
down to pass?
No, you actually cannot push. You cannot use luck or push your roll on sanity checks.
Okay.
You only received 1 point, Danielle.
3.
Yeah,
I
I
got
only
three.
got 1.
Okay, so you're 18 and 6. Okay, cool. Not too bad. Not too bad.
I took 3.
Yes, all right, cool. Danielle, you're able to kind of like quickly. You're able to scramble to your feet and then slowly start making your way over to where Nikki's body is. But as you move, you kind of like dart your eyes back towards this figure wreathed in yellow, and the dogs in quotation marks like growl a little heavier with each like movement you take. Remy, Hank, you see that John Henry is not able to really move as the heavy corpse of Officer Johannes is pinning him to the ground. And it is in this moment that the figure in yellow, with shadows covering their visage, all except for what seems to be those glowing pair of eyes, it lifts a gnarled hand and points a bony and disgusting finger towards the corpse of Officer Johannes.
Okay. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
The dogs
Go ahead.
dart forward and rip the body back off of John Henry. And the last 2 of them do that. The last one gets within like 5 feet of him and just growls, just snarls. This maw that seems to split back further in their head than a usual dog goes, like down their neck and everything. Just rows of razor sharp teeth, just gnashing. So this is about five or so feet away from you, Remy.
This is 5 or so away from me.
Yes.
Do I see that crowbar? Or
Yeah, it's kind of within reach.
Like, I
You know
thought
what?
The dogs are kind of they're ignoring you. For the most part, everything seems to be ignored.
okay, but I just see them. They're snarling at whatchamacallit, at John Henry.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, so 2 things. From where I am, where I backed up, do I see everyone at this point?
You see Hank to your right, huddled behind that stack of
Building
huddled
material.
behind the stack of building material that him and Danielle kept playing like ring around the or musical chairs with.
Yeah.
And then right behind you is the head of Officer Johannes, and you also see Dr. Warber making her way to the edge as the window howls up here. And you actually see Nikki's body slumped over near the edge of the building.
Gotcha. Okay. So I see all the bodies now. Okay. Whew, this is heavy. I'm gonna the dogs with like the big ass maws are just like growling at John Henry. Just
Yeah,
like
the one is the two that pulled off Officer Johannes's corpse are kind of starting to dig into him, starting with like his hip abdomen area, and like taking huge, disgusting bites. You hear the tearing of flesh as they rip through him. Yeah, flesh and clothes, you know. The crunching of whatever like clips he had on him for his gun. His
They
radio.
ate his gun.
Yeah, they're just like chewing
Jeez.
through all this stuff. This dark miasma is continuing to like pour out of their mouth around them.
Okay. I don't like any of that.
Yeah, I
don't know how
like
to read
0.
that.
I like 0 of this right now.
All right. So, like, and then there's how many dogs are in front of John Henry?
One is 5 feet away, snarling at him. The 2 are like another 5 or so feet away, feasting on the corpse. And then this thing is like, maybe 15 or so feet behind them, still pointing at John Henry.
Gotcha. So I don't even know what to do. I think the one thing I would do is like, I don't even know. This is bad. This is really, really
Like, we
bad.
can't even cast Fireball.
Right?
Oh,
Because I don't
man.
want to leave John Henry to these dogs, but at the same time, these are things that are like way outside of what, you know, both me and my character would understand.
Is the doorway to the stairs clear? Can we run?
I mean,
Yellow guy.
technically, except for the fact this thing is kind of standing in the doorway.
Yeah, we got to wait for this thing to leave, kill it, or some other thing has to happen. And chances are we're probably not going to be able to kill it. I don't think we have much life left among the rest of us.
Not that much. I'm gonna yell at. I'm yelling at him. I was like, "What do you want?" At this point, because it's got the upper hand too clearly. I'm gonna yell at, "What do you want?"
I'm making the horns at it. You know that. I'm making the horns. Like, oh, what do you want? Get out of here.
Okay.
So, like, I'm just screaming, "What do you want from us? What do you want?"
Okay. So, this is the fun bit.
Oh, you mean the rest of this hasn't been fun yet?
This has been exhilarating for me.
No, it's fun. It's all good. I actually love playing.
I'm stress eating, Zach. You're killing me here.
I know. Well, you get to
Literally
just sit there and
killing me.
relax for a minute. You know, you're having a good time.
Good time.
I need everyone who is conscious, because you can hear this, roll intelligence.
Oh yeah, finally, let's do it.
That one.
Let me know
Stop
if
it.
you succeed or fail.
I got it. 35.
I succeed.
Was it a hard success or just a regular success?
I got a regular success.
Where's my
35 out
hint?
of 40.
I got 30 out of 40, so that's a regular success.
I got 80 out of
fun.
90.
Hell yeah, okay, everyone succeeded. That's bad,
I had a feeling
now-
that was bad.
because now you know what this thing said. So, at first when this thing speaks, it, like, when you speak out to it, it lowers its hand, it takes its hand and then points it back. It points its finger at you, Remy. And at first it just sounds like static. Like it's just ringing in your ears. And the sound is reverberation. At first, it's reverberating off the walls inside your head. It's making you like think and feel other things, and it's the issue here is that the low grumble that starts to build, and it's inside your heads. It's like a cacophony of just screams, and you hear the voice in all of your heads because you all passed this check and you understand what it said. And it says, all we want is the marked one. And then points his finger back at John Henry, who seems to be like pissing himself in fear as this dog is growing closer. The eye on his forehead is bugging out, and blood is still like careening down just cascading down his face.
Okay. So,
and it does continue though.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. All shall seek salvation in the end. Revel in death, in madness, and begin life anew.
I tried writing all that down. That was a lot.
All right, well, I can repeat it for you.
You can put, you know what? Add it to the document.
It's already in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And everyone who succeeded, I need you to roll 2d6 plus 2 sanity damage.
Ooh.
Tell me what you get.
Zoinks.
2d6 plus 2?
2d6 plus 2 sanity damage. This is what happens when you succeed at understanding them.
9.
That's with the plus 2?
Yeah, I rolled a 2, and I rolled a 5.
2,
It's a 7.
6.
2 is 9.
10 for me.
10.
I got a 3 and a 1, so that's 4 plus 2 is 6.
Plus 2 is 6. All right, so, all right, let me go down the list because this is stuff that's happening. What is happening now are permanent. Okay?
Okay.
Let me...
This is bad news bears.
All right, let me see. So first up is Danielle. So a 7. So Danielle, as you're kind of like crawling over to where Nikki is laying, the images of everything that you've just witnessed like clouding your thoughts, and this voice, this cacophonous screaming in your head that sounds like static but you can understand it, starts to just like focus in on that on everything that you just witnessed before this. And although you are like mentally strong, a voice in your this voice in your head makes you think that everything you just fought may have been undead in some capacity, that maybe what you fought are ghosts, and what you have now permanently is phasmophobia, a fear of ghosts.
Okay, great.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna do Hank first here. Hank, this cacophony of screams in your head is just, it is too much for you to handle, and you just start screaming in fear and agony and clutching your own head, and you now come down with ligrophobia, LigYRO phobia, which is a fear.
L-I-G, I'm sorry, what is it? L-I-G?
LigYRO phobia, which is a fear of loud noises. This is permanent as well. And Remy. Ooh, you got the shortest straw here, my friend.
Uh-oh.
This screaming in your inside of your head, you see your vision starts to warp as you see this figure in yellow just kind of like your mind is playing tricks on you, and their shape kind of like turns into gas and morphs into a more monstrous figure. But soon enough, the only thing you can see as you like cower and start to like push yourself away is yellow. And now you have xanthophobia. XANTHA phobia. A fear of the color yellow or the word yellow.
Damn.
Get it.
And he, again, the figure wreathed in yellow, again points his gnarled finger at John Henry, who just weeps as he backs up into a beam. This dog kind of like keeping the same distance and kind of pushing him that way.
So the dog's a tractor beam, essentially?
Yeah, essentially.
For visual purposes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna yell back at the dude. At this point, like I'm like shaking, right? Like I'm like trying to hold it together, but clearly like racked in terror, right? Because now like the manifestation of like majority of my fears is literally standing right in front of me. You know, yellow, golden aura of just pure fear. You know, and like the one thing that I'm gonna say is like marked for what? Like I'm scared to know, but I gotta know. All right, so I'm gonna just yell back at him, marked for what? Marked for what?
This thing doesn't answer you. And but when you say that, its hand drops. It's no longer pointing. The dogs that were eating Officer Johannes's corpse stop and kind of make their way over to where the other dog is, starting to crowd around John Henry.
Okay.
And they lash out and grab him. Each one grabbing a limb. Two his arms, one a leg. And they just start pulling him away from the wall towards this figure in yellow. And you watch as this figure brings its hand back up and snaps its bony hands, and these dogs just start pulling away from each other. And all you hear are the screams of John Henry as he is being pulled apart in front of you.
I'm assuming that constitutes a loud noise.
That does.
But I would imagine this constitutes a loud noise.
I start firing either at the dogs or at the guy. I pull out my service pistol and I just start shooting.
I sort of cower, like holding my head in my hands, like say, like, stop it, oh my god,
yeah, I just look away.
I'm sort of like freaking out a little bit because of how loud it is.
I'm gonna try to shoot. I'm gonna try to shoot at the dogs. Like I'm gonna like go shoot, and then shoot at the yellow dude.
Yeah. Remy, I want you to roll luck for me as you pull out your pistol.
You got it. $42. My luck is 60.
All right. You fire once, twice into the direction of the dogs, seemingly unfazed as they start to as you hear the tearing of skin, the popping of muscles and bones and cartilage, and the screams continue. And as you turn your gun to face towards the figure in yellow, your fear freezes you in place. In the back of your head, you think, if you do anything towards this thing, this is your fear talking to you. If you did anything towards this thing, you would be ripped to shreds, more painfully than what you see in front of you, and you halt. You falter. You essentially just you can't pull the trigger on your finger.
To pull it against
you can't pull. Yeah, you can't pull the trigger with your finger. Your own body won't listen to you.
Get it. Can I look at John Henry as this is happening?
Yes.
Okay. I shoot John Henry in the head.
Okay. Roll an attack for me.
All right. 24.
Is that under your handgun?
Yep. My handgun is 60.
Cool. That's a hard success. All right. Where would you like to hit him?
In the head.
That big scary eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Luckily for you, there's a large target on John Henry's.
Big ass eye.
Yeah.
The angry ass eye.
Yes, that is just continuously bulging and bleeding, and you.
Aim it. Should I go forgive me? And I just pow, shoot him in the head.
And instantly the shot rings out. Hank, this triggers you a little bit.
I'm like,
A little bit more anyway. As you are only about like 5 or so feet away from Remy as he's just opening fire.
Mhm.
And
4 bullets.
the bullet flies through the air and pierces right where the eye is, and out the other side of his head, and the blood splatter all over the place. You see his head just fall back lifeless, and you then hear the ripping as his arms come off. His leg just becomes removed from his body. The muscle and the sinew, and the blood just falling, and he just lays there in a heap. And these dogs begin to just converge on him. And the figure looks at you again, Remy, pointing a bony finger. And I need you to roll luck one more time.
Got it. 21.
21.
Okay, so you're not going to take any sanity damage from this. But
Fabio took real sanity damage from this.
yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
You right?
In your mind, Remy, you hear the voice again, and it says, "You have been chosen." And you gotta give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. D4. Okay. You.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, no. That's a D3. Hold on, I messed up.
So I gotta use. Do I have to use a D3? I have one.
Okay, yeah. No, what? Why don't, yeah. Since you're the only one who actually has, why don't you roll me a D3 and tell me what you get?
3.
3? Okay. My friend, you have, most of the time in Call of Cthulhu, manias are temporary. But what you now have is a permanent mania.
More permanent shit.
And this is Thanatomania. Thanato mania. Which is the belief that one is cursed by death magic.
I believe that already. That's not a mania. That's
Yeah.
real.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened for real.
Yep. And the you see him after that, and his hand slumps down to his side. You hear a shrieking whistle, and this thing walks down, walks back into the stairwell, away from you guys. The dogs drag the bloody corpse of John Henry behind them, down into the stairwell. And the three of you who are still up, while this was all happening, the only thing you could hear was during all of this, you couldn't really hear the outside world. You could see it, everything outside of this building, but nothing was actually like coming through as the actual sounds of the city, even at like this time of night. You weren't hearing some honking cars. You weren't hearing the wind whip
we
at
did
you.
when we first got up there, but then when everything
Yes.
went crazy, we did not.
Exactly. This is the first time since everything happened up here that you hear everything, and it seems like you're safe.
I don't feel so safe.
Nope. At this point, I shakingly put my gun away. Like, I look around and, when you're like, you ever see somebody that's like really like upset and they just like, I have to do something. I have to put my hands to work type of thing. I have to be busy, just not deal. I'm disassociating with the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm just looking at it like, what am I supposed to do? What's my job? Medic. I'm going to look around to see who I can fix.
All right. Danielle, you some time ago, you crawled over to Nikki to kind of pull her away from the edge of the building. Do me a favor and give me a spot hidden and a medicine check.
Okay. Alright, so for spot hidden, aha, yeah.
You rolled a D1.
Oh, I see that.
I bet you rolled a 1.
That would make sense.
Still counts.
As to why. God, I totally got a 1. 3. Okay, still good. Still really good. So that's for spot hidden.
Okay, and a medicine check.
I was like, haha, 1. Alright, medicine, I know I have points in, so let me check. So that's 76. I don't think it makes it, but let me just double check here. Medicine. This is an alphabetical order. I got this.
It's in the middle of the thing.
No.
Third column, halfway down.
I didn't make it.
You don't make it?
I only have 5 in medicine.
Okay. With the careful enough spot hidden, you may not know much about the human body and its capabilities of living, but it definitely does not look good, what you're saying. You see terrible like scratch marks all over Nikki's body, face, neck, and she is unconscious and like barely like breathing. She needs to be attended to. But it's at this exact moment that you realize that you can hear the outside again, the bustling of the city below and around you, the wind outside, because technically you are outside. You see the night sky above you, stars and everything.
I'm gonna call over to Remy because I know that he has some medical experience, and just be like, Remy, and I'm just gonna be like medic. I'm gonna yell medic.
Medic.
Like,
You
I
actually
hear
get
it.
to do that.
Like, I have like that moment, like, when like a flashback moment of like being at war, and then like hearing medic, and I run. Like, I run.
You have, like PTSD.
Yeah, I run and I sprint towards Danielle and Dr. Warber.
Yeah, they've moved back to the Danielle has kind of pulled Nikki back towards the other pile of debris, and has
Not
kind
like
of like
slumped over an edge, like a
Yeah.
safe location.
yeah,
That's
a
time
safe
to wake
location.
up.
Yeah. Safe location.
Can I do first aid.
All right. First, give me a medicine check. I know you. For medicine check first, and then first aid.
Okay, medicine check. Nope. There's an 89.
Would you
I'm
like to
gonna
push
die.
yourself, or
Say again?
would you like to push yourself, or
To what? What do I?
so?
Dude, I have one. There's 1% in medicine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There's no way I'm getting this. I gotta get real lucky.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna kind of walk over and be like, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but people are hurt, and we are on top of a hospital. There's got to be stuff we can use to fix people up.
All right.
There's got to
So,
be medicines that we could, use, antibiotics to put on our wounds. Something.
Remy,
Doctor, you've been to this hospital before, right? Is there anything we could do? Like, I'm like literally just shook, but I'm trying to like make my voice like I'm shook. I'm like, we got to do something. I don't know, but this is a hospital.
I mean, the last time we were in this hospital, looks like we were the only people around. I guess we can ransack.
Remy, you can make emergency first aid. Just kind of hitting what seems to be vital parts of your body. So just give me a first aid check.
19.
All right. How far under that mark is?
My first aid's 75.
Oh wow. So that's definitely a hard success. So you're able to patch her up, removing her dying condition. She's going to have temporary 1 hit point. What is? Hold on. The EMT boost. What is that?
Well, I know first aid gets you 1.
Oh yeah,
and then I think there's a
it just
boost.
gave you a bonus 5%. So, okay, so then so Nikki is now in a safer condition. You've kind of like bandaged up the outer wounds, so she's no longer like bleeding heavily. So she's stopped dying, she's stabilized, and Nikki has temporary 1 hit point. So she can be like woken up if you attempt to do so, or you can decide if you want to carry her down. It's up to you.
We'll wake her up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wake her up, and I'm like, "Wake up, soldier! Wake up! We gotta get off this battlefield! Wake up!"
Oh boy.
Okay.
Nikki, the
Yes.
last thing you remember was hanging over the edge of the building before you woke up.
Mhm.
And
So yeah, I'm just gonna wake up and just kind of like get my bearings again, realize that I'm not on the edge, I'm more in the middle now, and just kind of look up at everybody and go, what happened?
Yeah, I look at everybody and just like, it's bad. It's bad. We'll talk about it later. Let's get off this battlefield. And I'm like, eyes dilated. I'm just staring at like, I'm talking to her, but I'm not mentally in this moment.
yeah, I was gonna say you seem to have actually checked out at this moment. You actually did take the most sanity damage out of that.
I took a lot. I took
Yeah.
half my sanity damage. Almost
Yeah.
half
What are,
my
what are you up to?
27 out of 50.
Sam!
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that's
I got halved after this. I was like, all right.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
go
bad,
away.
my dude. You're gonna need some serious help
Yeah.
from our friend here.
Yep. So I'm just gonna be like, yep, down is good. Down is very good. Just off the roof, please. Off
Let's
off the
get the
roof.
hell out of here.
As you stand up, Nikki, you see the head of Officer Johannes in the center of this construction zone, you see a mangled up, chewed up corpse of what seemed to be officers' clothing. And then you see an arm off to the front near the door with a blood trail leading down into the stairwell, which is the only way down.
Is down safe now, or no, or I missed something clearly.
I was like, we have to get to the next trench. It's safe there. We'll find cover. We'll get an evac. Don't worry. We'll get out of here.
Anything to get off the roof. I need to get down.
You all can make listen checks as you near the stairwell.
Listen is where.
Look, I look back at
009. My listen is 50.
What's his name? Hank. I'm gonna look back at Hank. And I was like, Sergeant, we need to call for an evac. Now. It's not safe here.
I'm gonna look and see if the cop's radio has survived. His walkie.
It did not. But you hear down below. You hear the sounds of the like the ambulances and like movement from the hospital down below.
I still have my cell phone on me, don't I?
Yes, technically you all have cell phones.
We all have our cell. Yeah.
Do we have service now?
Yeah, you have service.
Well, last time you said no and you yelled at me.
And then
we lost our recorder.
That was before the doom of another rail came upon us, Tina.
I'm just gonna say, can we get the hell out of here, please? I don't want to be up here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
Agreed. We need to get down. We need to get down.
We should probably report this to someone, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might wanna. Especially Dr. Warber, since your friend's partner just gruesomely died up here. Yeah, you might want to report that.
Yeah, we should probably call the cops and probably not leave the scene. And, just saying walking away from 2 dead bodies may not look good on our behalf.
Oh shit, it's on my construction site. Oh.
Well, one of them.
I wasn't awake. You guys were here. You saw. I was not awake for part of this. I genuinely don't know what happened. I couldn't have done it, right? I don't think I did it. No? Did I?
Well, then we have to call the cops. If we have to call the cops, we call the cops.
They're gonna ask us who did it.
It was the bright man.
And we can't just be like, oh.
There's a guy in yellow with 3 dogs.
Yay! Don't say. Just don't say that word.
What, yellow?
Jeez.
I love that Jeff is wearing a yellow shirt.
It's orange. It's orange.
Sorry, it comes off as yellow in the light.
Oh, maybe in the light it's a little yellowish, but it's
okay.
It's orange.
The bright man did this.
Bright man?
The bright man.
Say, well, they're not going to believe anything we tell them if we tell them the truth. Who the hell's going to believe that? Nobody. I don't even believe it.
Well, no one saw us come up here.
Bless me, Mother Mary. Like, I'm like completely distraught. I'm like, what? I resorted to praying in Italian.
Nikki, are there any cameras up here?
Not here. We hadn't really finished all the wiring.
Well, if, no one saw us come up here, no one saw us here.
I mean, cameras on the lower floors where we were getting chased around, those maybe we're working, but if the phones weren't working, I don't know. We can check. Because if they saw us getting chased in the hallways, then that's something to credit us. But anything that happened up here, that's just us.
We need to call for help. We need an evac. Call for reinforcements. We need to get out of here.
I'm with you, and I'm just going to push my way and go down the stairs because I'm not staying on this roof.
Fair enough. Do the rest of you follow suit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of there too.
All right. So, Nikki, you
I'm
leave
just- I'm just going to have a moment where I just like hang on to the banister for like a sec and just take a couple of deep breaths so I'm not out in the open and gonna fall off the building and then go down.
Yeah. You like shakily make your way over to the doorway leading to the stairwell, and you clutch the railing and you make your way down the blood trail, still following it into the darkness of the floor or two below. And you keep going, and soon enough you hear noise. You hear so what one would call comforting noise, as the sounds of a busy hospital can be heard the more and more you climb down the stairwell. And it's strange. At some point, the blood trail disappears. You don't remember at what point you stopped seeing it. But you also, as you keep going down the stairwell, don't see the hospital bed that you guys used to block the doorway into the stairwell from the third floor. And you continue down and down, and you walk out onto the first floor, the edge of the first floor, near the emergency room. You see off in the corner is actually what was the doctor's name? Forgot his name. Dr. Evans, I think. You see a doctor off in the corner talking to David as he sits in a wheelchair. A cast over his
Dr. Rogers?
Rogers, that was it. Thank you.
Here, Chris Evans, Dr. Rogers.
Thank you.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. You see a doctor in his late 30s talking to David, your
My boss.
yes, your boss. Again, he's sitting there in a cast, his foot elevated, and they're chatting, and the whole of you, everyone, you just see around you like a busy emergency room, and when you're looking at each other, the marks that you all had that denoted physical harm, all of it seems to have vanished. The bandages are real. The bandages are there, wrapped around you, but there's no blood, there's nothing, you're just...
Do we have any blood from the other people on us?
No.
From Officer and John Henry?
Well, none of you were really close enough to get splatter on you in any capacity, but no, there doesn't seem to be... There's some ripped clothing, that's about it, but no marks of physical harm apart from that. Your bandages are dry, not even a blood clot, no marks on the skin.
How do I feel? Do I feel one temporary hit point, or do I feel like
one
fine?
temporary... No, you feel
Okay.
one temporary hit point. You feel like you almost died, and you're now in the emergency room.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run up to Dr. Rogers, right? And I'm just gonna have like that moment of like, you know, when like, well, he knows way more medicine than I do by a long shot,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I'm just gonna run up to him and say, Dr. Rogers, we have somebody that needs medical aid. And I'm gonna point directly at Danielle. I'm gonna point at Nikki. I'm gonna point at Hank. And I was like, we need aid. We've been hurt. We've been injured. Right. And I'm just gonna like rattle off like lacerations, punctures, like all the like medical jargon that I would know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, of like what's happened to us.
Dr. Rogers just looks at you, an eyebrow raised, looks back at the people with you, and are you feeling all right, Renard? You all look fine. I mean, it seems like one of you may have fallen and, you know, ripped some clothing, but other than that, you all look fine. Are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm just gonna sit
And
down
I was
on
like,
the floor.
Doctor, please just take a look at them, please. They're injured. Just take a look.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you just sit down? And he kind of like pushes, puts his hands like around your shoulders and kind of like leads you to the left where there's a chair next to him. And is like, why don't you just sit down, Remy? Calm down. Is everything okay?
It's like, I'm okay. Take care of them. They need aid. Take care of them now, doctor. And like, I'm at this point, I'm slowly starting to get irate. Not like, it's like you hear a little subtle tone.
All right. He excuses himself from the man in the wheelchair and goes over to the nurse's station, and you overhear him like, I don't know what happened. These were the bunch that were upstairs with the patient that was supposed to be getting ready for transfer. Nurse, just have a couple of you just look over them. Renard says they've been injured, all of them, but I don't see anything. She nods, and a couple of them come and usher the three of you to chairs nearby Remy. And David looks over at you, Nikki, and he's like, Weber, what happened? Why do you have bandages wrapped around you?
I genuinely don't know. I found you unconscious, and then all hell broke loose, and I blacked out. I genuinely don't know what happened, but everything hurts. It's okay. It's fine. But you know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay too. I'm glad to hear you're fine. I'm just gonna be in a cast for while we're working on the project upstairs. It's fine. I don't need to do too much.
Yeah.
work.
About that, is there a possibility that I could get transferred to a different project when a little bit lower to the ground? Because it's really, really dangerous up there. We should like finish the walls first before we, you know.
Well, I mean, you're gonna be working on the atrium project, so you're gonna be.
Yeah, but that's opening it up more. I'm talking about closing it in so it's safer.
I mean, I kind of really need you on that, especially now more than Weber.
Okay. We'll talk. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll talk in the morning.
Yeah.
And you guys are sitting here, and nurses come over, check your vitals, check you all over, and it's about a half hour after all this is done, and Nikki, when I say that you felt like you have one temporary hit point, it really feels like you've been beaten to within an inch of your life.
But I don't like it.
And you liked it. Yeah. Unfortunately.
You gave me a weird combo here. I don't know what to do with it.
It was randomly rolled. It was randomly rolled, all right? I have a table. I have a table, 2 separate tables, manias and phobias. You got stuck with a weird tube.
I have my own personal thoughts on this, but as a character, I don't know what to do with it.
He was like, I got fucked up and I liked it. Yo, this is bad.
It's like, oh, this is
That's
so
awful.
twisted. This is so twisted.
Yeah, but essentially, like, as they're like, look.
But I look fine. I don't look like I've been hurt.
No.
It's just all.
How do our vitals come back?
They come back fine, except for the fact that every time, like, she, like, there's like an ounce of pressure, like they're taking your.
I say no to any morphine or.
No, you're just like, are you in any pain? Like, they're not gonna all.
Yes.
They ask you if you're in any pain. You say yes, and they're like, how bad is it?
It's Adam's family values, and she's like, I'm in so much pain. It's just fine. We're good.
And it's like on a scale of no emotion at all to an extreme frowny face. Where are you on the scale? You know?
Aw, the little sad happy face scale. Yeah.
It's like put that blood pressure cuff around my neck. Yeah, squeeze that bubble. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is what I said. I don't know what to do with this.
Just don't do it on the top floor, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Just don't poke me with your cigars. You lit cigars on the. That's the late night podcast.
I told you, Cthulhu after dark.
And you guys
This is
have
terrifying.
some time here to discuss whatever you want with each other, trying to convince Dr. Rogers of events that happened, transpired.
How, from our point of view, how much time passed from like when things first started going crazy to when we came down the stairs?
What time does my cell phone say?
Well, let's see. Well,
Is there like a gap? Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
a
asking.
nice question to ask. Like, Jeff, what time does your cell phone say? I have to come up with time here. So let's look at the events as.
Or how much different is the time now than what it was when we used our phones last?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
'Cause
So
we went back and forth the hallways. We tried going downstairs for a while and didn't actually go anywhere, and then we went upstairs, and then however long that fight took.
and essentially, like, you were gone long enough for David to go have emergency like care done to him because he had a steel beam fall on him and crush his leg, you know? Like the bone was splintered through the skin and everything. So, you know, it's there was enough time there. So maybe like 2 hours may have passed. You know, nothing severe. You know, but you don't know where.
It seems to correlate. There don't seem to be any gaps, or that we were like out longer than.
Yeah, but it's just weird because it's like you're cognitive of the fact that time passed and that everything happened. Everything you witnessed was real. You felt it. You felt the pain. You remember the fear. And for some reason, it's hard to like piece together the exact amount of time that it took for you guys. You know, it's like if it easily says if you look at your phone to look at the time, just a couple hours, but you know it's you don't know when things started going crazy exactly. It was just all of a sudden things were as they were.
Okay. Are we free to move around, or are we kind of stuck in our rooms, or?
Nope, you're
Okay.
free to move around. As far as the hospital staff is concerned, you're fine from the outside.
From the outside.
Can I
Mangled on the inside.
make my way to the security room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I want to ask to have access to the cameras and use the whole our tools have been missing, which Becky's stuff was missing, my wallet was missing, so I'm not really lying. But I want to check the last half hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to check the floors that we were on, especially where John Henry's room was, right outside, and see if we were just standing there and no one was around, or if anything that we remember happening is showing up on the cameras, or if it's just something completely different.
Okay. Do you go by yourself?
I mean, I'll tell everybody what I'm doing, and I'll just go, and if they want to come in, they can come in.
I'll go.
I'll go. I was like, the platoon has to stay together.
You gonna follow Hank, or are you good chilling in?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them, but I'll stay a little bit behind because I don't want security guard to be like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Because at least he's like an EMT, she's a construction worker, and she's a doctor that's been here before. So they may know those people where they probably don't know who I am, so they'll never let me into a security room. So I'll just sort of hang back.
All right. So, the way this hospital is laid out, there is a security desk at the front, but there is a security office on the other side of the first floor, and that's where they kind of have eyes on all the cameras in hallways and some of the some patient rooms, just to make sure things are okay. They always have a nurse on staff with the security guard just in case there's something happens. You make your way there, and there is a commotion going on at the security office there. As far as you guys can tell, there's just security is just rushing in and out. There doesn't seem to be any nurses or anything over here, and they seem to be in a mild panic in a way.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
Do we see any of them running out? Are they passing us, or
yeah, they are, and they're kind of just running down the hallway past you. And it's actually someone does step out into the hallway and just stretch and kind of look around quickly and notices the four of you and does a double take at the four of you the fuck? Where the fuck have you guys been?
Pardon?
Everyone that was... We have a patient missing. We have the police officer that was watching him missing, and you, EMT, you were the one who... You were also in that room. And you're the doctor of the patient, right? The therapist or whatever who was doing a analysis or something.
You guys weren't here when the power went out?
Yeah, the power went out. The lights flickered off. We lost everything for maybe 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, you guys disappeared. Everyone disappeared from that room. Where the fuck did you guys go? Why? Where the hell is the patient?
Where did you guys go? We called for help. No one was there.
We've been here. We've been looking all over for you guys.
We've been looking all over for you guys. We're actually on our way to the security cameras to see what happened to the patient and the officer that was around. We can't find them either.
That sounds like a blatant lie, but okay. Personally, Zach.
Just one thing for the story. I don't think I was actually patient's.
You were seen in the hallway.
I was in the hallway.
You were seen in the hallway
I was
before
flirting
the
with
light.
nurses. Because that's what I do. I flirt with nurses. Nurses.
Can I roll for a... Would it be persuasion?
For what?
For my blatant lie?
Your blatant lie is actually a fast talk. Actually,
Ooh.
fast talk is.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's a lot harder than persuade.
Like
5%.
That's 0.5.
Oh.
I got a decent amount on persuasion, actually.
Oh man, that's what I was hoping for persuasion.
Yep. Well, this isn't
Okay.
persuasion. This is a blatant lie because you know that something did happen to them, and you know
He's
where they
not
are.
with us. That's the truth.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's 35.
All right. You know something, don't you? Fine. No, come in here. Let me show you exactly what we've been dealing with for a while. All right.
I would love to see this.
All right. Two other security guards kind of like come from behind you and kind of push you guys into the security office.
Even me, because I was hanging back.
Yes. Yeah, because
they heard us all in there?
They heard the commotion with the other guy, the guy who just kind of stepped out. They kind of like push you. They kind of just like shuffle you guys in, and this guy walks off to a desk over in the corner where there's like a row of LCD desktop displays just kind of like hooked up together. And each one has 4 boxes of different cameras in the around the hospital.
Quick question.
And he goes like,
How many
this
guards
desk is the 3rd floor. This is the 3rd floor. This is rooms, a hallway, like everything. When we lost power for it flickered on and off for seconds. I don't know why they kicked back in. Fucking lucky no one died in that time. But power went off. 5 minutes, it did. Cameras went down. This room and this hallway were static. They weren't black when they came back up. They were static. After 5 minutes, when it must have been like maybe 10 minutes total. 10 minutes total. Come back on. No one. Not you. And he points at you, Hank. He actually points at you, Hank, and you, Nikki, because you were they saw you walking around one of the other floors before that. Because you guys actually did get the camera set up on that floor already when you were looking for your wallet.
Where David was hit.
Yeah, we lost track of you, miss. And then in the patient's room, you guys were just gone. Bed was empty, gone. Everyone was gone. Explain to me what happened and where's this patient and the officer? Where the hell are they? Because no one approved any transfers yet. This patient is supposed to be in this room until there's a documented transfer.
Well, Remy and I were instructed by the officer to leave the room for a moment, and that's when all the lights went off.
You gotta roll fast talk again, my friend.
That's the truth, though.
The officer?
Yeah, we all, the lights turned off and shit, and he was like, we gotta get out of here. And we did.
Alright.
That is the truth.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, that is the
You're
truth.
getting some facts in there,
yes.
but...
I mean,
Okay.
there's some
I showed my
omission of
flashlight on the
fact.
thing, we screamed, officer came out, and then, yeah, so technically.
Alright, you're gonna have to roll me a very hard success on Persuade.
Very hard success.
Listen
the
back
hardest.
to the earlier episode.
Is there such thing as assisting in this game?
No.
Right?
Whoa.
Wait.
I have a decent
They
persuasion.
They said the bed was empty, so the bed was in the room.
Mhm.
Even though we propped the bed in the hallway. Okay.
And you also remember when you went down the stairs, you didn't see no bed. And you also didn't see busted doors from things flying through it.
Great.
No, I did not succeed that.
Do these cameras have stairwell access?
Yeah, of course there's stairwell access.
All right.
Honestly, why? Were you guys in the stairwell this whole time?
I was in the stairwell at one point. It should show me there.
Which part of the building?
Would I know what part of the building it was?
We were in two of them. We were in like the opposite corners.
Yeah, I was actually in a couple stairwells because some of the doors were locked and we had to maneuver around some floors.
Which is a fire hazard, sir. There should not be locked doors.
No doors were locked. What staircase did you come down? One of you.
I don't know. Stairwell A? I just for lack of not knowing what stairwell it was.
Nikki, give me a navigate with advantage.
Okay.
Can I assist? I'm good at
Yeah,
navigating.
she's already got the advantage.
Oof. Okay, that's close. All right, one of them was a 13, and I have a 10, so I'm just gonna push 3 to make it a success.
All right, you got it. Take out
or luck or whatever. Yep.
All right, so you remember when you were coming back down from the roof, there's only one stairwell that has access to not the roof, but to the top floor at this point, because you haven't gotten to the other side yet. It's still being worked on. So that would be the southwestern stairwell, which Hank is actually right, was stairwell A.
Huzzah!
Oh, vitamins A and O. Oh,
Gabagool.
gabagool.
Okay, so is he showing us the tapes? So how many guards are in this room?
3.
There was the one that was in there and the 2 that herded us in.
Yeah, you got 3.
So I'm looking at the one that's showing us the LCD screen, and I go, rewind the tape to before the blackout.
I mean, okay. I mean, we've. All right, fine. He where? Just where? In the room, in the 3rd floor. I can show you everything that I've just told you again, but.
So I'm having him just show me less the room, then the hallway, and I go as he's showing it to us, right? I'm like, look, we were here. And at this point, I'm now slowly trying to become present in this moment with understanding all the other stuff that happened. I'm like, listen, we were here. We had eyes on him. Everything was fine. Blacked out. And then there was just a lot that I'm not exactly sure what went down. We got lost a couple of times in the stairway. We went up, went down. It felt like we couldn't get out forever. And now he's gone.
Did you take something that was for the patient? Are you high on painkillers right now, man?
No, it's been a long day.
All right.
It's been a longer night. Haven't had any coffee. I drink tea. I'm just exhausted.
All right. Let me go back through the footage here. And he goes back through the footage of the room first. Goes through the room. Goes from before the blackout, and you see the events of earlier play out, where you guys were in the room. Daria left to go get coffee. Tea comes back. Coffee, tea. You're waiting. You're talking with Officer Johannes, Remy. John Henry is unconscious in the bed. Dr. Rogers comes in, talks, blah, 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 leaves. And then Dr. Warber comes in, she's there, you guys are there. Daria comes in, sees that Dr. Warber's here, leaves. Supposedly to get Dr. Rogers. And that's when you see the lights start to flicker. All right.
Gotcha.
Lights.
So I
start to
want
flicker,
to
and then-
watch this part intently. Like I'm even looking if anything's weird.
Give me a spot hidden.
Yeah, I was actually going to say I'm going to sort of stare at this too and try to make a spot hidden as well.
I got a
Anyone who's
43.
looking at
My
it
spot
can-
hidden is 45.
Yeah, anyone who wants to make it can.
Spot hidden
I
at
just
44.
rolled for the hell of it. I got 99, so I
I
don't see.
rolled a 36 out of 44, so just a regular success.
I got a regular 66. I got 43 out of 45.
All right. So you're staring at this screen, and the lights flicker. And then the only thing that starts to happen is there's kind of like this weird fuzz on the camera, kind of like a static, but not really. And it's at that moment that the guy, the security guard, points at the footage and is like, and it's right. He pauses it, points at it like, and it's right after this that you guys, the screen went black. All the screens went black technically, because this is when the power went down. But then this screen specifically went to fuzz. It went to static, of snow, you know? And it was like 10 minutes. 10 whole minutes. And he hits play. And you guys watch. Like 5 seconds later, during the like flickering of the lights, the screen goes black, and then it like 2 seconds later after it goes black, static. And it's like that for like 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes is up, it's an empty hospital room.
Is the bed made?
The bed is not made. The bed,
Okay.
the blanket just looks like it was kind of like pulled off and on the, like, just folded over.
Are the restraints there that he was under?
Yeah, I was gonna ask her the handcuffs there because those were a bitch to get off.
Those are not there. Nothing is there, seemingly to denote that anyone had been in there, other than the fact that the bed is unmade.
Okay, so when it came back and everything was static, what's going on the other screens that show other places in the hospital?
Everything is okay. So it's like when he rewound everything, he rewound every floor, so you
Right,
get to
all
see
the
like the
stuff.
hallway and everything. The same thing that happened with the room happened with the hallway. And it's like, and it is like that whole floor kind of went down, but it was that room that stayed down the longest. It was like everything started coming back up, like that static, like periodically. It was like one after the other just showed up as normal. You see like nurses and hospital workers rushing around to like checking rooms to make sure patients are okay. Daria checks your room, the room that John Henry was in, that you all were in. It was, no one is there, you know.
Were there when we watched a replay of it, are there other people on that floor?
Yes.
Okay. So like I'm looking at it and I just go, like, that's weird. Like what could cause that? The floor would just black out, everybody's still there, and then this one room's just dark. Have you ever had this type of issue before with your equipment?
No, hell no. We update this shit like every week. Back it up.
Can because I have electronic repair, can I just kind of like elbow my way in and just kind of fiddle with things just to see if it's like there was like a short somewhere, or like it might have been tampered with, like someone's trying to frame us for something, or
It could have been a power surge.
So
Those things happen.
you're not going to be able to see that from this end doing electronic repair. From this end, you would have to use electronics in and of itself to use the equipment to try and navigate through their hardware and everything to figure out if there was like a break or something. You would have to physically check the cameras to see if there was a
okay.
electrical repair kind of issue.
Okay. Never mind.
But then he stands up and he walks over to another desk that's unoccupied right now, and he's like, come over here. All right, you guys said you were you came down stairwell A, right? All right. Well, I have all the footage of stairwell A for the last 2 hours, from before the blackout to now, I guess. And he pulls it up, and kind of just like the same thing that happened over with what you saw with the the third floor. You see happen in the stairwell, but a lot shorter. The black, the lights flickering, the blackout of the camera, the static, it all is like over within like 30 seconds. Everything. And it's back to normal, and you just see a regular stairwell. And then he fast forwards. He presses the button, and it goes on, and you see the time ticking off in the corner. And this entire stairwell, the first time you guys enter it is like maybe a half hour ago. As you're coming down. And you're coming down.
All right.
Do we see any blood on the stairs when we start coming down?
You see nothing.
All right. So looking at us, it's like, wait a second, go back. So I'm having a rewind and go back,
Mm-hmm.
And I just go, we went up this staircase. It would even show us like we'd had to go up to come down, right? And I'm looking at the security guard. That makes sense, right?
I mean, yeah. How the hell did you guys get up there? It's like we don't even have elevators to go up there.
And I looked and I was like, there's something wrong with the equipment because it doesn't even show us going up the steps. It just shows us going down. We got lost going up in there, down there for like what felt like forever, and it doesn't even show us. There's something wrong with this tape. It's looping backwards.
What were you guys even doing upstairs? If it, like I see you guys coming down. What were you doing upstairs? That's all under construction.
We couldn't get down. It was blocked, which again, safety hazard, okay? The fact that the cuffs are missing off of the bed and that the officer and this guy are missing, look, we don't have keys. We couldn't get them out of the bed. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but we went upstairs because we couldn't go downstairs. We tried to find somebody. We couldn't find any of you. The fact that your cameras aren't working, that's on you. And kind of suspicious, frankly. I don't know why you're yelling at us. So then we came down. And then that's when we saw you guys.
I only went up there to give that nurse a watch back that she left down by the cafeteria. Which is true.
Yeah, you saw
initially.
Yeah, you saw in the playbacks of the other on the other screen after you had been in the hallway. Like you actually saw like the scene play out of like you and her in the hallway. And she puts her watch on, and later when she's checking the room to see where you guys are or how you're doing, she's wearing the watch. Everything is like, all that happened, you know.
And there's in any of this footage, there is no hint of any shadowy figure, anything that we saw. Nothing.
No, like black miasma before it sort of fades out, like goes over the lens, like wispy, smoky, black smoke. Nothing like that.
Like I said, the stairwell is quick. It's like 30 seconds. Unlike the room, which was like 10 minutes.
I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't show us going up. It only shows us going down. It doesn't show the doors are locked, and everything's just missing for what seems like, you know, ages. Something's wrong with your equipment.
All right. Well, all right. Well, listen. We'll do a full check on this. Where the hell did you guys go? Where did you go?
We were in the stairwell, as we told you before. We were up there, running around, trying to figure out a way out because the doors were locked. You state the doors aren't supposed to be locked. But we were stuck in there for a minute going up and down. It doesn't even show us going up and down on this footage. It only shows us going down.
That's why I'm asking you, what were you doing upstairs?
We got locked on the steps.
There was nobody down here. We tried asking for help. We couldn't find anyone. We kept going up. We couldn't find anybody. We came down.
We couldn't find our way back in.
Some fast talks out of people.
That's the truth, though. That is the actual. That's not even fast.
I am not
that
lying.
Is the truth. We went up and down the steps, trying to find our way in. The doors were locked. We couldn't get in. That's the truth.
There's no lie here.
Well,
We're just omitting a lot of other facts.
you guys are omitting so much. This guy is just trying to figure out, where did you go that you came
Upstairs
down?
and downstairs.
Where?
Up in the stairway from
Upstairs.
3rd floor to 4th floor. Went up, couldn't get in through the 4th floor. Went back in, couldn't come back in through the 3rd floor. Tried to go down, couldn't get in through that door. All the doors we tried to go in through were locked.
Try calling for help. Cell didn't work.
I
Something's
think
wrong
the
with your
current
hospital.
issue is
Look,
where is
you're missing 2 people. Go find your officer. Okay.
Yes. The last people who saw him, who were with him, were these 2 right here. Where is he? Where did you go in the hospital? Our cameras only see you coming down from upstairs 2 hours later, after everything went dark in the room that you guys were in.
Cameras
And the
don't see an
floor
awful
that you guys
lot.
were in.
Just saying.
Does anybody have his number? Can we call him? Can we find out where he went? Maybe he knows where the patient is.
He's the only one who had the keys to the cuffs, so we didn't move John anywhere.
Where did you
Call
go?
went to the staircase.
And then where did you
And then
go?
we went upstairs because we couldn't go
And then you came
downstairs.
down the stairs 2 hours later. Where were you upstairs?
In the stairwell. You said we saw in the video that we just disappeared. We've been
You
in the
guys
stairwell
No,
for
you.
it felt
This,
like hours.
there are cameras in this entire stairwell up to a point. There is absolutely zero footage of you in this stairwell until this time when you're coming down.
Exactly.
We've
How did you get up
established
the
your
stairwell?
cameras are faulty.
You said that you were going to have somebody take a look because it doesn't even have us going up the stairwell. For us to even get up the stairwell, we'd have to have footage of us walking up the stairs, which we told you we did. And then you only have footage of us coming down the steps. We didn't magically teleport from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor and then walk down the steps.
Yes, I know, which is why I'm trying to. Do you guys know what floor you were on? Where were you?
On the 3rd floor, then the 4th floor, then what felt like the 2nd floor. We kept going up and down floors, felt like we were on the 8th or 10th floor for a
All right,
while.
just go sit down over there. Yeah, you guys are no help. You guys are no help. Go sit down over there.
Can we go?
You two watch them. No,
Can we
you
leave?
can't leave. No, you can't leave. You cannot leave. Currently, we have a missing patient. These 2, motions at Dr. Warber and Remy, were the last 2 in the room. You were sitting outside the room, disappeared. You were actually. Why were you walking around on the upstairs? Anyway, miss.
Yeah, you know my boss, David? The one who
Oh,
got
so you're
hurt
part of the
recently?
construction crew upstairs.
Yeah. That's why I know so much about your cameras and how shitty they are. So don't yell at us because your cameras didn't see us when they're not working.
Aren't you guys the one putting those in?
No,
Yes, actually.
I didn't install your cameras. I'm working on the extension. I'm working on the new stuff.
All right. Well, none of you can leave this office until we figure out what's going on. Go sit down. Go.
Get food.
No. Sit down. And this guy storms off. And he leaves the 2 other security guards sitting here.
Are they wearing like name tags?
Yeah.
The guards?
Yes.
Any of them look Italian? It's Italian name? Does it end in a vowel?
Like, oh, or hey, or I,
And
or he.
no.
Yeah, they both end in O. From what you can tell, they got little hospital security clearance badges.
Right. All right, so I'm sort of going to make a mental note of this.
Can I take my phone out?
Sure.
I'm gonna call David.
All right. You
He's
have
still
to,
in the lobby.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yes. He Yeah, he is. Oh, I have to go back to my notes of the last time we played to see where your. Oh boy. Okay. So Tina, roll me a D percentile. D100.
D100.
It's like I have a cell phone in this game. I'm gonna use it. 86.
All right. Ooh, you just barely made it. All right, roll a D6.
5.
All right. So your new score is 87. So you have 87% back, but you can use your phone.
Okay. I'm gonna call David.
Okay.
Hey, David, you might want to get our lawyer on the phone. They're not letting me leave. There's a missing persons, and I don't know what's going on here, but they're not letting me leave. So,
What?
if there's
What?
anything you can do out there to get us out, I would much appreciate it. But this is bullshit, and I'm not. I should be getting paid overtime for this. Just saying.
Don't know about that, but I'll see what's going on.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
came
okay?
here to do a job, and they're I don't know. They won't let me leave. So, just
I mean,
letting you know.
did they tell you why, Weber?
Some patient's missing and a police officer's missing, and their cameras are shit and don't have where we were, so they think we have something to do with it, and we don't, and now they won't let us leave. So if you can talk to somebody and get us out of here and we can all go home, I would appreciate it.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. And he hangs up. Very confused, but he hangs up.
My union rep is going to hear about this. This is not
Yeah.
okay.
All right, I'm going to take out my phone
Yeah.
and I'm going to call Carlo.
Okay, I need a D percentile from you.
We're all like, hi, get me out of here.
A D percentile, huh? Where's my? There it is. What is this for? How much charge I use
Yeah.
on one call?
Yeah.
So you want D1? You want D100? So if I roll 99, I use 9% battery.
No. That's not what it. But do give me a roll regardless.
All right, I roll 22.
Okay. So that is definitely under your value. I need you to roll a D6.
2.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was the first time you used your phone.
That's my first time I've used the phone.
So, all right. Yeah, make a call.
All right, I'm gonna call Carlo. I'm saying, Mr. Randazzo, a tank. How are you? I need you to do me a favor. I'm stuck at Mount Sinai. I got DeStefano and Romano here. 2 guards. They won't let me out of here.
What do you?
Yeah, you know anybody that maybe can sway their minds a touch?
I mean, I usually deal with other issues. A hospital. That's what. Why are you at a hospital?
It's a very long story. It involves demone che divora, which means a ghoul,
Yeah.
essentially. A demon, a ghoulish demon in Italian.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's things a little infamita, infamous or bad.
Yeah.
You know, but
Okay. I'll see what I can do. What were those names you said?
I just, since you said they both ended in O, I gave him Stefano and Romano, just to make 2 names up.
The answer we were looking for was Luigi Mario and Mario Mario.
Oh, boom. Boom.
I'm kidding.
I just made up two names with an O in it.
No. I like yours better. Stefano and Romano.
Just Stefano and Romano, yeah.
All right.
See, I got a lot to talk to you about. Seen some things.
I'll check the books.
Like old country stuff, La Strega stuff, which means like the witch in Italian.
Yep.
I know that word.
Even I know that one.
Yeah. Okay. Hank. All right. Just sit tight.
If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But when I can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a call tomorrow when you get home. I'll figure this out.
All right.
And he hangs up on you.
See what we could do. Try to use my connections, man. That's why I asked if the guards were Italian. They had Italian names. I was like, oh, maybe you know somebody.
Yeah.
Is there a mob after him?
Yeah, you know. Che cosa mafia? Che cosa? What's this mafia you talking about? Che cosa mafia?
So as you guys were sitting here, you heard as this guy left the room before him barking orders down the hallway at some other security guards to go check the stairwell and everything else. And you guys make these couple phone calls, and in the meantime, like the only person who comes by is actually Dr. Rogers. It seems that David had sent him over because he had no idea what else to do. He's stuck in the ER. He's just chilling in the ER until they let him go. And then so he knocks on the door and walks in. And he nods at the security guards who nod back at him, Stefano Romano. Parmigiano.
There you go.
Yeah.
Reggiano Parmigiano.
And then he walks over to you guys. Remy, is everything okay?
I just pinched my nose, like, listen, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I want to go home.
That's fair. Do you know what happened to John Henry?
He's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
The security guy, people said that he was there 1 minute, he's gone. The officer's gone.
He pulls up. He pulls up.
Here all day. I'm tired. I, to be honest with you, I just want to go and be in my bed.
Okay. I mean, well, that's what the security guy said. But what do you say happened?
I'm saying, to be honest with you, I don't know, man. I'm tired. You know, everybody was drinking coffee. They're wide awake. I've been drinking tea. I think I have depleted my own personal battery. I need to get some rest. I don't know what's what anymore. I think I just need to lie down, clear my head, get some sleep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have them send you home. Listen, they can't find anything in the stairwell upstairs. Where did you all go or come from? I mean, it looks like they're gonna open up an investigation into this, and for some reason, you four have something to do with it. So,
listen, if they want to ask us more questions about us being trapped in the stairway or going up and down the steps, or I don't know what else they want us to tell them. It is what it is. They even have the video that just shows one thing and then doesn't show another. I'm exhausted, Dr. Rogers. I think we all are. We've been trying to get back on the floor. It wasn't until we saw you, and by that point, I was just frustrated and upset and just tired. I want to go to bed.
All right.
If they want to question us in the morning or do something, that's fine. But
yeah, I think they're probably gonna have an officer brought over here to conduct a more thorough investigation of everything that's gone on. Yeah, you all look exhausted. You should go home. I'll smooth it over with Trevor. He's a bit of a hard ass, but
Awesome.
he gets touchy when things don't go right here. Now, honestly, nothing seemed to go right tonight. Yeah, all of you, go home, get some rest. Even you, Dr. Warber, you look like you're beat. Danielle.
Cool. Both of them actually
See,
went.
we gotta get her home, man.
Tired.
Yeah. All right. I guess. Sir, you brought the doctor here, correct?
Yep, I'll get the doctor home.
All right. Dr. Warber, here's my card and my number's on it. Give me a call tomorrow or something. We'll be in touch. I'm a little worried. I don't know what's going on, but and he hands you his business card.
Yeah, she takes it and she was like, I'm sure if he shows up, you guys will give me a call.
Right. All right, get out of here, you guys. I'll figure out what to do with Trevor. We'll figure it out.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Say good luck.
Dr. Rogers.
And it's at this point that you guys depart, making your way down the linoleum floors of the hospital, out of the front entrance and away from the building, looking to go home. Nikki, when your phone rings, when you leave, it's your friend, Becky, looking for you, wondering where you are. Tell her whatever you want to tell her, but that's for another time.
Going to bed.
Going to bed. That's as much as anyone can do.
There's no way I can explain this.
And it's a bit chilly of an evening. Chilly, just like how it started hours before. And although the sun has set and the lights of the city are bright and blinding, this seems to be an even darker evening than you guys thought. And it's with that I will say sweet dreams. And remember that we are nothing ventured, nothing gained. Rolling dice and giving advice with a little bit of that New York spice. And remember, this is only the beginning.